The court case of Marbury v. Madison begins on March the 2nd, 1801, when Williams Mayberry was detonated as justice in the place of District of Columbia. Marbury and several others was appointed to the government posts made by Congress in the last days of John Adams being president, but those last minutes appointed were never finalized. The Appointed Invalid Act of the Congress sued for their jobs in the Supreme Court. This case decided when the Constitution conflict with the act of the legislature. This act is invalid. This case established in the Supreme Court a power of justice review. Justice review is to detonate under which legislative and executive council are subject to review by the jurisdiction. A constitution with a judge's review power may invite laws to decisions that are important with the higher authority, such as the terms of a written constitution. Cases involving the judge's review are Brown versus Board of Education and Chicago handguns. Brown versus Board of Education. In this court case, Brown versus Board of Education, black children were denied, according to public schools, attended by white children under laws requiring or pretending segregation. Attending to the rest.
A federal judge ruled that Chicago's ban on the sale of handguns is unconstitutional. A city council committee approved a rewrite of the city's gun laws, which included bringing the city's policy on the carry of concealed weapons in line with the state of Illinois' recently passed concealed carry law. The decision came days after Chicago's police department announced that the city's homicide rate in 2013 had reached its lowest level since 1965. The overall crime rate fell also dramatically. Judge Edmund E. Chang issued his ruling in a lawsuit by the Illinois Association of Firearms Retailers and 3 Chicago residents. Chang noted Chicago's ban not only covers federally licensed firearms dealers, but also gifts among family members, all in the name of reducing gun violence. Chang said a fundamental duty of government is to protect its citizens. However, he said it's also obligated to protect fundamental rights named in the Constitution, including the right to keep and bear arms for self-defense. The judicial branch checks on the executive and legislative branches. The judicial branch can use the power of judicial review to rule laws unconstitutional, to rule presidential actions unconstitutional, and to rule treaties unconstitutional. According to Article 3, Section 1 of the Constitution, the judicial power shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time ordain and establish. The judges hold their power for life as long as they have good behavior. When a party wants the Supreme Court to hear a case, they have to file a petition for review. The record gets transferred to the Supreme Court, where they examine the petition for review and supporting material and decide whether to grant or deny review. The court is allowed to decide to not accept the case. If the case is not accepted, then the last decision from the lower court is final. If the court decides to review a lower court decision, the justice study the record and questions or points of law it raises. The court will hear oral arguments from the attorneys involved in the appeal in most cases. During an argument, the attorney for the party making the appeal highlights and clarifies the client's side of the case. Then the attorney for the party responding to the appeal presents the other side. The justice often questions the attorneys about the issue and about the case law cited in support of their position. After reviewing, the justice privately discuss and vote on how the case should be resolved. A majority vote decides the case, and the Chief Justice assigns a justice to write the court's majority opinion. The decisions of the court must be in writing. When a decision or opinion is issued, the court may affirm judgment of the lower court, reverse the decision of the lower court, meaning the Supreme Court's decision must be carried out, or send the case back to the trial court for further action and possible retrial.